the deal didn't really get developed. They weren't ready for the gay angle of two mobsters that are gay. We'll flip flip it.
Right.
And ABC and Fox said, forget it. But the guy still kept the rights, and he made a short film. And I booked a short film, and then I gave it to Georgianne Walker, and then she sent it to whatever in New York, and next thing you know, I got a call. There's a ticket waiting for you. Go to New York and read for Harold Ramis.
Wow.
And me like an asshole, I walked in, I'm like, hey, remember that night? Oh, yeah. You know.
That's
I had
great.
to take whatever you could in those days.
That's
2002, 2001, 2000.
Yeah, that was my first one ever.
Really?
First one ever.
How did you book it?
I booked it. I went for an audition and got through the first audition and got a call back. And you go into the callback in Midtown Manhattan, and this is my first callback of a film ever, you know. And I get there, and the kid comes out, and he says, "Okay, so you're gonna read with you're next. You're gonna read with Bobby, and you just do the first scene. We're just doing the first scene today." I said, "Oh, okay, great." I figure Bobby's like, you know, the intern, the kid working the camera. And I walk in, and there's Harold Ramis and Robert De Niro, Bobby. I'm like, oh boy. Okay, here we go. And I start reading it, and I'm in awe. I'm gonna be acting. If this never gets to the movies, I'm acting with Robert De Niro, and I'm in awe. And I start doing it, and this son of a bitch starts losing his place on the lines and stops in the middle of the scene, and he's mumbling, and he's like, I don't know what page are we on. I'm like in it. I'm like trying to win this thing.
Diamond looks yellow.
I went from
yellow. That was the line, right? What the fuck yellow? And he caught himself. He goes, what the fuck? He caught himself.
Yeah.
The Chinese chick was banging.
Yeah, she
was hotter than fuck, Jack. I'm like, look at Tom Papa got in the field.
Yeah, so I went from, wow, this is amazing, Robert De Niro, to fuck, Robert De Niro's killing me. Oh, but then I booked it. There was another kid who was reading for it too, who I knew from television. Like, I'd seen him in stuff. And I was like, oh, so he's going to get it. I guess that's how it's going to go. And then I got it. I just couldn't believe it. And I just got that one scene with De Niro all day long. It was just, it was amazing.
Very cool. He's very
cool. But Ramis. Then Ramis called me like 5 years later, out of the blue. I'm living out here now. And he calls me and says, I have a great idea for a TV show, and I want you to be the host. I'm like, all right, whatever it is. You're Harold Ramis, whatever it is. He said, this is when Pimp My Ride was on MTV. He goes, I've seen that show. I want to do a show called Pimp My Wife, where you take a couple and the wife isn't as appreciated anymore, and you doll her up and you put her in a bar and you make the husband watch on camera how attractive she is to other men, and you see the other men trying to pick her up and stuff, and it rekindles, makes him realize what a valuable, beautiful woman he's married to, and reboots the whole thing. And I was like, yeah, that sounds pretty good, I guess. I'll do it. And I never heard from him again. It never happened.
At that time, I was a little confused about stand-up.
Yeah.
I was really like, I was a regular at the store. The Improv would give me spots once in a while. I didn't go to Montreal. Like, I was like the black fucking horse.
Yeah.
And we sat there because you shot in the city?
Yeah.
I shot in Kearny.
Oh, really?
I shot right where they were shooting the old Sopranos.
Yeah.
We shot up the corner.
Oh, nice.
And it was really interesting because they were running two cameras at once. They were doing the B scene, which was the barbecue.
Uh-huh.
And the A camera was me and Anthony Lampagli in the beginning.
Oh.
And then Anthony would have to we'd take like an hour break, and Anthony would have to go change into barbecue attire and go over there. And I would sit in the front of this bar. This bar was great. This bar was great.
Yeah.
It was, you know who hung out at this bar? Nuns.
Oh, really?
Bingo. Nuns. When we went there that day at lunchtime, a bunch of nuns showed up like, what the fuck? How can this place be closed? The owner's like, I'm sorry, sisters. Go down the block. Yeah, have a little drink on me down the corner. So
New Jersey really is a different fucking
It's a fucking different.
It really is.
And I wish I was lying to you. It was four nuns came to lunch to
I
get a
know,
shot.
but you know what's so funny of growing up there? Like, he says that, it makes perfect
You're like,
sense
I know
to
that
me.
bar.
Yeah, I'm like, yeah, of course.
Hilarious.
Yeah, hilarious.
But it was funny because the wind had gotten out that De Niro was in the neighborhood.
Oh, yeah.
So in between one of those takes, the sun was shining on me. They're like, Joey, get out of the sun. Blah, blah. I go, let me go to my little fucking trailer. They took me shopping. Like the day I went to wardrobe, they're like, "You're too big. We don't have nothing for you. Let's go shopping." They took a fucking car.
Right.
My shirt was $1,800. The leather jacket was $4.
Oh my God.
The pants were deuce. The shoes were $4. And I'm thinking of robbing this shirt, but they had already the reputation on me. Every time I went in that fucking trailer, that AD was that shirt. It was like a $2,000 silk shirt. So they were watching me. But this is when I found I'd never met De Niro. Didn't know him. I went into my trailer. And I sat in the stairs, just to get air. I took my shirt off and had like the Guido look. Yeah. And I'm just sitting there fat and fucked. And I'm looking. They said, that's De Niro's trailer. You could tell, it was a huge fucking trailer.
Twice the size of everybody else.
Across the street had to be 3,000 people.
Wow.
With a little fence.
Like
a wooden fence that they rolled.
It's like the Today Show morning show.
Yes. Today Show. Shit. And cops. And they were all out there. Bobby, whatever the fuck they were saying.
Yeah.
I don't think De Niro heard him, but I saw De Niro. The door walked out. Some guy walked out. And then De Niro had that suit on.
Yeah.
And then as he walked down the stairs, people started clapping. He looked at them, and he fucking slammed the door, and he pulled himself back into the thing.
Really?
And then when I went back, they said that he asked to turn the trailer around. Because he has, like, social issues. Like, he has. That's why he was stuttering and shit when you were in the room.
Wow.
He has, you ever see him inside the actor's studio?
No.
One of the worst episodes you'll ever see on TV.
He's a horrible interview.
Horrible. That's why he doesn't do them.
Yeah.
Because he's not on inside the actor studio. Like when the guy would say, "Tell me what you said to yourself before you walked into the audition," and he would go, "You know already. What are you asking me for?" Like he just kept saying, "It's on the paper. What are you asking?" It was horrible.
Someone, I think Conan or someone, like their first show, they got Robert De Niro. It was like the biggest thing, and it was the same thing. Horrible.
He doesn't like it. He has social issues.
Yeah.
He doesn't really like to, talk.
He's such a big star. I mean, for especially growing up where we grew up, the way we grew up.
Oh my God!
Come on. And then I ran into him like 4 years ago, like at a party, and I was starstruck. I was so starstruck by seeing him that I forgot we had done a movie together. That's how out of my head I was at the moment I saw him.
He's a very tricky guy because when I shot Grudge Match, I went down there the day early. And this is what I noticed. So don't feel bad. You ready for this story? I get there. I go to my room. I'm roll a joint. I go for a walk. And I ask one of the guys, "Where's the set?" And he goes, "Today they're shooting 2 blocks away. Just stay on this street and walk down." So I walked out. It was the gym. It was the gym in Louisiana. So I walked in the gym. Like everybody shook my hand. "Great to have you. We're going to shoot the scene with LL Cool J and De Niro."
Nice.
We're going in like fucking Marines. You understand me?
Welcome to church, motherfucker.